Uh, Here's where we get to talk about what you brought up earlier, which is you had you did something pretty similar to what this YouTuber named Ryan Scribner did.
Hmm.
I'm sure you've heard of Webull, which is an investing app,
Yep.
and it has a pretty generous affiliate program of if someone signs up and deposits $100, you get X amount of stocks.
Hmm.
These stocks can range from like a penny stock to like a stock of Apple. Pretty generous affiliate program. But Ryan Scribner was actually responsible for that getting rolled out to the public. He
Hmm.
actually approached, I don't remember if he approached them or they approached him, but someone did the approaching and said, hey, can we set up an affiliate program? And they set it up initially just for him, and things were running pretty smoothly. They decided to open it up to the general public.
Hmm.
It sounds like you've had that experience a few times where you set something up with a company, affiliate program was created, and then boom. So, like, how did you manage to negotiate that for these companies to set up an affiliate program?
Yeah. So like let's say you've got a course, Elijah. And I've got an email list of business owners, entrepreneurs, or a subset of them who I know would want to buy your course, or I know would get a benefit from it, or I know if they checked it out, if 100 of them checked it out, I know at least one would be like, yeah, I want that. Um, and I looked at your website and I saw you didn't have any link to an affiliate program on there. Then I'll do a quick Google search just to make sure. Um, but then I would send you an email and I would say, "Hey Elijah, I've got an email list of people who I think might be interested in your course. Do you have an affiliate program so I can share it with them?" And as simple as that, like you know when I'm reaching out to people, those emails are really short, straight to the point, and simple. I don't oversell. Right, it's
Mhm.
straight facts. Like this is what I have. I'm not promising any more than I have, and I'm not even making any promises. I'm just saying, here's something that I would like to do, and I just want to know if you have this type of program in place. And then you could reach back to me and say, yeah, here it is, or no, but someone else has asked about this recently, so do you know how I could set that up? Right. And then I would respond, well, you might want to try this tool or this plugin or this software. And then you might say, well, how much should I give you as an affiliate? Right. And so it's a really open negotiation because there's incentive on both sides, right? Like you're about to get a whole bunch of customers for no work, right? All you're doing is just
Right.
handing out you're just handing out links to people who say they're going to use them and send you customers, right? And me, I'm reaching for them links that I want to use and sell to customers. So um, that negotiation is really simple because you're not taking anything, you're not asking for anything other than to be of service, essentially. So that's how it will go.
Okay. It sounds pretty similar to the approach of acquiring like rental properties to do Airbnb or VRBO with. A
Hmm.
lot of people will give, let's say, an apartment complex a call and say, "Hey, do y'all do Airbnbs? Neither they do or they don't."
Yeah.
And if they do, um, to be honest, they usually charge a fee. Hopefully, they're not charging like a piece. Like a fee is like, "Hey, I want an extra $150 per month on rent."
Hmm.
A fee is like, I mean, a piece is like, hey, I want 5 or 10% of your earnings. I'm not about to do that. But very few people actually approach them with negotiation and leverage. So you might have an email list of 10,000 people, and these are an audience that's perfect for this person's type of products. So
Hmm.
that could actually be a good fit. And when you approach them about an affiliate program, they may be really open to it. Like in short-term rentals, you say, I'm going to pick up apartment complex. I'm going to take 8 to 10 units off your hands, but I need to have the money to furnish the units. So I would like to have like a month's rent for free.
Hmm.
Y'all may go back and forth a little. Then y'all agree on terms, and then you get what you want. Maybe
Right.
like 10% of all people who do short term rentals actually do that negotiation.
Mm. Yeah. See, hearing you say that now, it makes me think like um, the apprehension people have is a lot of times it's not how simple we say it is, right? It's
Right.
having never gone through it from end to end and not knowing like all right, well, what if this something else happens that like I'm not expecting? Like, how do I respond to that? Or what if, what if I pick up the phone and they like, yo, well, what are you saying? Your whole script falls apart, so hearing you, I'm thinking, probably in these scenarios, you might want to have someone like you who's done it a bunch of times, and it feels natural and easy to kind of coach you along and be your backup for anything that could come up, so you have that confidence to then make those calls.
Hmm.
Because you're right, like when it comes to reaching out for anything, most people don't do it, and then most people then don't follow up. So anytime you reach out from a place of like integrity,
Right.
and thinking with the other person's like best interest in mind, you stand out without a doubt completely every single time, because there's so much spam, there's so much like outreach that isn't like a person behind it, that when you do represent good enough, then it stands out and people respond, and they
Would you
respond happily too, because it's like a relief, like, oh, thank you. Finally a human is doing something.
would you say that being an active part of this person's audience in some form could definitely help the process? Let's say if you're following them on Twitter or their YouTube account, and they comment on their videos every now and then, say, "Hey, that's a great video. I found value when you drop this knowledge," or you do that for a few weeks, and then when you shoot this affiliate, and let's say they don't have a program,
Hmm.
but then you shoot this email maybe a month or two later, and they'll recognize you because you've been active in the community, you've been actively supporting them. They're going to be much more open to actually set something up with that, set something up like that with you, because at this point you're not just some random viewer. You're actually
Hmm.
someone who's engaging with the content and an active part of the community, and you're showing that you would like to help them, as well as obviously you'll get some out of it, but you're also looking to help them too because their sales are going to go up.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. Is how to win friends and influence people,
That's one of the books in one of my Airbnb units.
yeah, it translates really well to the internet. It translates really well. And then because there's so few people who do it and do it well, that whenever you do embody that, and you're being just like true, it stands out. People recognize that. And I found that uh a lot of times when we have these type of apprehensions about maybe reaching out to somebody or something, it's really because we just have no idea what things are like from their perspective.
Right.
And I found that whenever I've either had that perspective already, it just makes communications a lot easier, right? So like, I also have an affiliate program where I have affiliates, right? So like, I'm on both sides of that same equation. So I know what it's like. I'm buyer and seller, right? It's a lot easier as a buyer when you know the motivations and interests of that seller, because you've been that seller, and so you can approach that seller from the way you like to be approached, and so there's like a more harmony in any type of outreach like that, where
Right.
you've played the role or you're familiar with it.
Right. Sup, everyone. Y'all just watched a clip from one of the episodes of the Side Hustler Society podcast. If you want to check out the full episode, you can click on the link in the description right now or click on the video that's showing in the end screen. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and hit that bell notification if you want to be notified when another episode drops. And a thumbs up on this video is very much appreciated. I'll catch you in the next one.